Hey everyone, Rob the Backyard Gardenerr here, and I figured it's time to do a little fruit tree trimming propagation video, if you will. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of research, and I really would like the opportunity to try to propagate my own tree cuttings. So let me show you what I'm going to do.
Okay, so what we've got here is a whole bunch of my Orient Pear Tree cuttings. I went ahead and trimmed off. They're about 6 to 8 inch lengths. I guess maybe a few are longer, a few are shorter. But I went ahead and soaked them a little bit right now just to get them a little wet, make sure there's no aphids or pests or bugs on them. Probably not during this time of the season, but I just wanted to make sure if I'm gonna bring them inside that I don't have any pests on them. I've left the ends on most of them, cut them at a 45-degree angle at the bottom. I'm gonna take this little jar here. I guess it's not really a jar because it's not made out of glass, but it's something I had some fruit juice in, and I'm gonna fill it up with about 1.5 inches of water. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the cuttings inside here. All right, so we got all the cuttings in here. I guess I got about 7 or 8 cuttings. And what I like about this is when I close the lid, this actually acts like a little mini greenhouse. And I'm gonna set this inside. You can put it on a windowsill, but I'm just gonna put it in my grow light area, my grow room area. And today's January 3rd, and we'll see how this sucker does over the next couple of weeks. Should take 2 to 4 weeks to get these suckers to be able to be propagated and planted in some soil. As a similar test, I've grabbed some peach tree cuttings, probably too many in there, but I'm going to do the same thing here and run the peach and the pear tree cuttings side by side.
Over the next 18 days, I watched curiously to see if my experiment would take hold.
So today is January 21st, and it's been about 18 days since I've had the cuttings inside these little mini greenhouses. And I'll tell you, I had to change the water quite a bit. I seem to be getting a mold problem. Matter of fact, if I show you this, you can see some of the mold. I'm constantly having to keep the mold off, but mold and everything, I want to show you a few things that I'm excited about on these peach trees to start. We've got some growth. There's really no roots on these things whatsoever, but they are sprouting. So I'm gonna wait till these leaves come all the way out before I do anything, but you can see there's quite a few of them in here that have sprouted. So this method seems to work for the peach trees. Again, I'm gonna wait another week or so. Maybe when the leaves come out, it'll start to set some more roots, or maybe they just don't set roots. You know, maybe I just need to bury the stem now that they have some leaves coming in. If you guys know, let me know. This is my first time trying this, and I'm not quite sure. Now on the pear ones, not much is going on. You can see a little bit of green in there, like it's wanting to start to sprout. But the one thing I did notice on the pear ones is that all along the stem, they get these bumps. And those are like, almost like their roots themselves looking to sprout. And I've read online and I've seen in some research that once they get bumpy like that, you actually can plant them in soil and go ahead and they should take. I'm gonna give them another week as well, and I'll probably end up transplanting these into some soil, covering it with a Ziploc bag just to keep it still a little moist, and we'll see if those end up propagating. But I wanted to give you guys an update. It looks like this method's pretty good. Super excited. I could end up having quite a few extra plants here. But I do want to show you another thing too. On the same day, January 3rd, when I started this, I decided to give a shot to trying to propagate into some perlite. So I'll go upstairs in my grow room and I'll show you what I'm looking at.
Okay, as you can see here, I've got a couple of cuttings into some perlite. This first one is the peach tree cutting, and this is from my Loring peach tree outside. On January 3rd is when I decided to try to give this cutting a attempt at propagating. Now, it's not really fair, it's only one cutting, but you can see here it's been 18 days as well, and it appears as though the tip is starting to get a little bit of a sprout. So what I've done here is that I used a little bit of this rooting powder. I wetted the tip of the cutting, put the rooting powder on it, and then stuck it into the center of the perlite. This pear tree cutting is probably too long. You're only supposed to have 5 or less buds, but you know what? I just didn't want to break the end off to see if I get it to flower if it took. I've buried the stem. As you can see, I leave a lot of water in these cups to keep the stem moist. Anyway, I'm pretty excited that I have these two other methods. They don't appear to be working as fast as those mini greenhouse methods that I've done, except for maybe this peach tree cutting. But you know what? It's good to have a side-by-side experiment to see if the greenhouse works better than the perlite. Well, I hope you liked the video, everyone. I know it wasn't exactly a step-by-step tutorial, but I just wanted to show you what I was doing. I'll probably get you an update on if they took or when I actually plant them in soil, just so you can see the end result. At the end of the day, thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. And of course, if you like the video, please share it and give it a thumbs up.